It's your boy Triple BLACK, man. Hey, I'm looking kind of gray this morning. I didn't get my hair cut and everything, but anyways, man, holla at your boy. Anyways, man, I was just watching a video of Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg was apologizing to Gayle King, and what I felt like, Gayle King was wrong, but her and Oprah were wrong. I mean, we've been academic for a while, but they're still our sisters. They're still our sisters, whatever. They're still black or whatever. And the thing about forgiveness, man, forgiveness. Uh, when you learn to forgive, you are in a much, 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 much better place. Like, when you learn to forgive, when you learn to let go, you're just in a much, much better place in life. There's so many people right now that could have the life that they want, but yet they're stuck. They're stuck. There's people right now that you don't even know about that have millions and millions of dollars. They have success. They they look like they have everything, and you'll catch them in their moments where they're not happy. They're not happy. They're depressed. You know, you'll see the guy that you think that has everything. He has a nice car, nice house, family, but yet he drinks himself to sleep every night. When he goes to the club, strip club, at whatever. A lot of times, it's all about forgiveness. Either he didn't forgive himself, or he hasn't forgiven somebody in his life, or somebody hasn't forgiven him. Forgiveness is really a key sometimes to unshackle the chain of degeneracy, depression, uh, everything. It's like guilt subconsciously has a way of seeping itself in to your everyday life. You just don't know it. That's why it's hidden in the subconscious. Um, but being able to forgive, having that power to be able to forgive, it's a very, very, very hard place to get to. I'm not saying it's easy. I never said it was easy. But people that have the ability, I don't know if it's learned behavior through experience, which I think a lot of it is there's got to be a learned behavior. Because how hard is it to let go of something that you love? Think about it. Some people are listening to this video right now and say, man, just let people go, and do all that. But how many grudges, how much anger, how much hate, how much this do you have in your life that it might be outside of mind, but one thing, when you see a picture, when you hear a song, when you hear all these type of things, that all those feelings and emotions come back. Think about a traumatic time in your life, and you were able to get over that traumatic, whether it was your fault or somebody else's fault. And think about those instances where you were at peace. Doesn't bring any emotions. doesn't bring any anxiety, doesn't bring any anxiety, depression, and all those sick feelings.
Good Lord.
No anger.
You're gonna kill yourself.
But think about that instance where you have no closure, that you still have unresolved issues with. You still haven't forgave. You still can't forget. It's hard to move on when you're stuck in those situations. There's so many people today that are in relationships, but they still haven't forgiven. So they still haven't forgiven. I was talking to somebody the other day, who will remain nameless. They're going through a situation, with their significant other, and I'm not one to tell somebody what to do, whatever. Because I really stay out of that. But I was saying, man, based on all the information that you gave me, don't hurt this person. Don't hurt this person. And the thing about it is, you see these situations all the time. Bash on women. But a lot of times women find themselves in this position. Is they get put in a situation where, like, the dude leaves, right? The guy leaves on his terms. And a lot of times there's great power in walking away. So now when the guy walks away, they're on the defensive. Why did he walk away? Why did he walk away? What did I do? I'm not good enough, and all these things, and they start blaming themselves, blah blah blah, and they start blaming whoever. They'll do whatever it takes to get back in that situation. And a lot of times it's not because of they want to be in that situation or they love that person or anything like that. A lot of times it doesn't have anything to do with that. A lot of times it's projection of other people. Like, hey, he was cheating, blah. Oh, I can't believe you did this, and then and let me guess, even if they forget, sometimes they can't, because they're dealing with a whole bunch of other people's advice, a lot of anger in their heart. So a lot of times what they do is they'll do whatever it takes to get back into that relationship. And as soon as they find that they are in the power position, what they'll do is they'll sabotage you. They will inflict a lot of the pain that they felt on that person. It happens all the time. The get back, the revenge. Oh, he think he's just gonna leave me and I'm not gonna get anything. I'm gonna take him for his money. I'm gonna cheat on him, and I'm gonna do all this stuff. I need to get back at him. I need to get back at him somehow. And you see this shit all the time. You have a dude that just walked away from a situation, but he gets lured back in. Gets lured back in somehow, some way. All but to get messed up. And where I'm going with this is, when you can't forgive people, or you can't forget or forgive circumstances, all you end up doing is hurting other people. You're going to also hurt yourself. So it's a vicious cycle when you don't have forgiveness in your heart. It's a vicious cycle. During that time, you can't forgive that person. You can't forgive yourself. So you're hurting yourself and that person.
Different club pros saying to me, the best putters in the world are
Then you go inflict pain on that person.
Nancy Lopez was awesome. She made
everything. You go inflict pain on that person somehow. Some type of revenge. And you guys know what revenge feels like. The get back.
If you played with an LPGA
and
player,
but when that happens, you end up hurting. Sometimes if you have children with each other, sometimes you end up hurting families and all this type of stuff. Then sometimes you start, and then when you go through that, you think it's over. So you hurt that person, you got your get back. So now you got a hurt person. And then you're feeling good about yourself because you got to get back. Your homegirls are telling you, hey, yeah, you got the nigga back, or you got this person back, or whatever. But yeah, the guilt sets in.
They don't ever drive it out of the
especially if you go
because the club head speeds aren't that high.
To kill a turkey with a machine gun.
Yeah, 230 is about the average.
You start feeling guilty.
It's not that much higher than in the 70s.
Then that whole cycle goes, that blame cycle, that guilt cycle, all that type of stuff.
It's not that different.
And you're by yourself now. You're out of that situation. Now you see people that were probably around you, and they're probably in a happier situation. So what do? You want to bring that toxicity to them. You start realizing stuff.
But the average is 240.
You start realizing how you were manipulated, how you were hoodwinked. You start realizing all this shit after the fact.
I don't know.
Like I said, it's a vicious cycle that a lot of people find themselves in. And the key of it is forgiveness. And one of the things is as a person, sometimes you just got to practice that art of forgiveness. And I'm not saying it's easy, but being able to let forgive yourself and let go, and forgive other people and let them go, can kind of bring wonders to your life. It's like, think about every situation where you've been done with. You're unbothered. And again, I'm not saying it's easy, but when you can practice on those type of situations, it makes life easier. There's less collateral damage. Damn, man, can't get off this weather, but I was just, I was referencing that, with, and I gotta give Snoop Dogg credit. I give Snoop Dogg credit because not only does he shown maturity in this situation, and a lot of people can learn from that shit. He has shown a lot of maturity. Because a lot of people would have doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on Gayle King. Does she deserve it? In my opinion, no. She made a journalistic mistake. Now, does she have a pattern of it? Yeah. But I really don't think the negativity is really worth it. Because the thing about it is you don't know what type of destruction that you're causing, in like mental destruction that you're causing in her life. It was, good to call her, coon this and bitch this and all that type of stuff. But a lot of times you don't know what type of emotional scars that you're opening up when you use that vitriolic language towards her. You don't know. You really don't know. And a lot of times you don't understand. it's crazy
Never been to a gym in his
how
life. Once he got on tour, he was going to the gym 3-4 days a week.
we
He still
think that
does.
she throws
Because he
throws
understood
black
the
men under the
importance
bus or whatever, which
of working
there's some
out as far
instances
as
she
playing at that
has.
level was concerned.
She's not perfect,
Staying loose,
but
staying flexible,
when they
being
say two
fit,
wrongs don't make a right,
and being able to play, and staying
I
strong.
think they're right about that.
You're not going to change that. USGA, guess
You
what?
know, and
You're
this
not
is
gonna
like
make
you got two
guys
people
not
that
go
lock
to the gym.
horns.
They're going to keep
You,
going to the
you
gym.
got two people that
Like
lock
we've always
horns.
seen in
Two
every
people that got a
sport,
lot of
just think
anguish
of the
towards each other.
Olympics. Records are broken.
When you lock horns with
Every
people,
year.
man, it doesn't do anybody good in the situation.
We get better,
Doesn't do
faster,
anybody
and
good in the
train
situation.
Technology of fitness
Because
is way
you think about
different than it used
a
to be.
situation where
Way different.
you got one person
I think
that's
another thing
unbothered,
people don't really think
that's
about,
done with the
like
situation,
I was
that's
saying,
checked out or whatever.
the more speed you have,
And then you
the more
got
you
another person that's swinging,
utilize the technology.
swinging, and
We got a
keep
text in
swinging.
from Brooklyn, Ray. You mean I can join
How
you?
long can they
Hey,
keep
get
swinging,
some
really?
proper wig
Think
and
about
keep
it.
your
How
legs
long
probably good.
can you keep swinging
But like
at
for
that
instance,
person?
you have limited flight range.
How long?
People are like, oh,
How long
that
can you
ball
keep
only
swinging
goes
at that person? You
85%
can't
of
really
the way it
keep
should.
swinging at that person
Well,
for very
that's not
long because
necessarily
if they're
true.
not,
For
you know,
swing speed players,
punching back,
they're gonna see the biggest
then
distance
you're just wasting your
change
time.
versus
You know?
a junior.
And a lot of times,
50 miles an hour with a driver. It's gonna be exactly the same.
you got to give that person forgiveness because when that person,
But that's the
when
thing
you
I'm
forgive
telling
yourself
here. When it
and you
comes to
forgive that
technology,
person,
the guys that are swinging the fastest,
they have
taking
nothing to
advantage of
swing about.
technology.
You know?
I mean,
A lot of the,
They're
all
the
the
biggest
anger that they
Texas
were,
sends an email. Patrick
you
Reed
know,
dropped the LPs.
displaying
And
towards
he
you
was when he came on tour.
usually subsides.
But
Because what's the point?
you
Got a
know,
phone call?
Damn, what's the point? What is the point? You know,
okay. Hey,
I made a mistake. I fucked up.
how you
I'm
doing?
done with
Welcome to the
it.
show.
I moved on.
Yeah, how's it going?
Man, I didn't get. Sorry, our phone.
Anyways, man, I'm
It's Chad and Nate.
just want to go over here and chat with you guys for a little bit, man. Make sure you guys like and share my video, make a comment. We in the building. Your boy Triple BLACK.
So I'm a little confused by what you guys are saying with the girls. I mean, I play golf live and I played on the course a little bit, but I never could really get